when creativity a lot of the time can reign supreme, right? So we're going to see a little bit of a... I'm not going to say this is uncommon for Falcons to bring out this Primal. They've played it a lot in the past, but in this tournament it has barely even been touched. This is the 5th game of the hero among all teams.
30 seconds.
And Malrine will be going up against a Thompson sniper. For me, this is the lane to watch. I think it's very volatile. Primal Beast mid is always extremely aggressive. And whether or not the supporting cast from both teams are going to put a lot of focus there remains to be seen. But, you know, Falcons, they've got their Mirana to rotate there on the side of Tundra. We've got both the Venge as well as the Hoodwink that could also make the moves over if their lanes are free to allow them to make the rotation.
The battle begins.
It looks like there won't be much contest here in the Bounty Rune situation. It will be a split 2 ways.
Gentleman's agreement. Nobody even looked at each other.
That's right. 0 damage has been done so far. That will change very shortly, though. Yeah, this mid lane should be very interesting. Whitemon, of course, playing the Vengeful Spirit, which looks exactly like Skywrath Mage now. So I'm gonna have to... Have you seen them together, the 2 Arcanas?
Not in the same game.
One day it'll happen, and it will be glorious. But yeah, of course, this best of 3, winner of this will face off against BetBoom in the grand finals. And I think either way, it would be kind of an interesting story. Falcons, of course, have played a lot against BetBoom recently. Usually have been the victors in that situation. And for Tundra, Pure, of course, has a lot of history with them. I'm sure he wants to get back at his former teammates. A lot of storylines for sure.
I'd like to see the pregame trash talk on that one.
Yeah, we'd need a translator, I think. As Amar is playing the Timber Saw here. Of course, Falcons, such a difficult team to draft against, as they can flex between, in a lot of cases, 3 positions on their core side. But Amar, this is one of the heroes that made him very famous along with his Mars.
For sure, this is one of his 3 best. The bad news for him is he's playing against Luna, which is one of the best carries in lane against Timbersaw, so I think Pure should feel very comfortable down here. And also, Timber hasn't had the best tournament. I think his win-loss is 7-12 heading into this, so, and I believe that is with Falcons also running the hero, right? I don't know if their scoreline is particularly good either. Definitely had Amar on the losing side of things on that. All right, gonna take some big pressure. Level 2 coming in for Tundra first. We'll put it to immediate use.
We'll have to stick up to stay safe. But yeah, a lot of the magic damage here, like you said, counteracting the tankiness that Timbersaw typically gets with the physical armor from the reactive, but still too early for a kill thus yet. In the mid lane, 13-2 on the sniper, by the way. Thompson is destroying versus the 6-1 on Malrine's Primal Beast. So far, in terms of just pure CS, Tundra in that mid lane definitely coming out on top.
And this is a lane that I think on paper is good for Sniper until Primal gets levels and can go for the kill. I think very early on, Thompson should be pulling ahead. Maybe not by this much. I think maybe a little bit of outplay going on here. And as I said earlier, I do think rotations will be coming. As I think Primal Beast will not be happy to just sit here and trade farm forever, especially because he's trading poorly. Sniper is the type of hero you really want to punish early on in mid if you are able to. And the tools are there. So see when they have the ability to leave, because for the side of Falcons, I guess you might struggle a little bit with leaving the Gyro alone for a moment. Oh, 9 class actually in huge trouble.
And the Fairy Fire keeps 9 class alive, so still no first blood to come for either side. But yeah, when that rotation, I mean, do they need both Sniper, or sorry, a Shadow Demon and the Mirana to be able to get a kill in that mid lane? Because it had to be just the Shadow Demon, maybe.
Yeah, I think either of them is enough. Mirana might not even need to hit an arrow. If you just come in with a leap, level 2 Starstorm, and then the Primal Beast is on top of the Sniper with everything, that could be enough. Actually, Malrine gonna... Okay, I don't know if that was on purpose. He just wants to pull the wave, I guess.
It looks like it.
Yeah, okay, he's resorted to, okay, I'm not having fun, let's just not play the lane normally at all. He's just gonna pull waves into the jungle and go for the efficiency here.
Oh, Amar taking a Blood Grenade. A lot of magic damage with that Lucent Beam as well. Up in 2 seconds. Can they get the vision? Another Blood Grenade, though, this time onto Whitemon, but Pure gets the kill on Amar first. So first blood to Tundra.
And he will also grab the Healing Lotus, so we'll have plenty of resources when Amar returns on this Timbersaw. Yeah, off to a good start here. I like seeing this from Malrine. I think a lot of players would maybe not consider this play at this in this mid lane, but just whenever there's a camp spawn that he can do it with, he's just going to charge past the sniper, pull the camps, or pull the creep wave into the jungle to get that added efficiency. It's a 2-for-1 because he also avoids laning against sniper. Actually, now he might want to go for it. Thompson standing his ground, but all right, we'll be able to bully him away.
And of course, he has a really annoying headshot cosmetic attached, so it's all about the efficiency of the tilt in this series as well. The tipping, the taunting, and all of that adds up at the end of the day. But yeah, still no kill as of yet, but see once we get to that 6-minute power rune timing, if that will cause some rotations to come over. Great with the disruption, but magic missile from Whitemon will keep Amar at bay.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I think the top lane looking really, really solid for this Skitter Gyro currently.
Thompson got quite low. And Malrine doesn't have Onslaught for another 7 seconds. We'll see if he wants to force the issue. We've seen him dive a lot. He's not afraid of going in really deep here. Speaking of which, Onslaught with the trample, that's enough. Just a very clean kill, and it looks like he'll survive the tower shots as well. Well, now he's just suiciding just to be able to get back as soon as possible.
Malrine deems this an XD-worthy moment. Seems to be his go-to whenever he gets a solo kill.
Yep, I think so. Is Toby taking a full Starstorm? Snake King definitely keeping the pressure on.
This is the most one-sided lane of the game so far. The Hoodwink Kunkka is definitely getting quite bodied by Mirana Gyro. I also think it's kind of to be expected, this double-ranged hero combination against Kunkka with Hoodwink can be strong if she's playing with a laner that offers a lot very early on, but Kunkka kind of needs those first few key levels before he starts becoming a threat. Falcons are well aware of that and just putting all the pressure they can into Toby, who's only got 14 and 3 on the CS against the 29 for 16 Gyro.
Yeah.
So now Skitter will be left alone for a bit.
Yeah, the Bushwhack is there. We see the TP coming in from Snake King. Torrent does connect. Not a ton of damage though, but they get the X to bring him back.
The
Tidebringer misses, and that just ends the attempt here for Tundra. Even with that, not sure if that would have been enough though.
Probably not, but regardless, they do put some pressure on the Gyro, and that's what you want to do here. Just make him uncomfortable so that when you get your next catch from 9 class, it could lead to a kill. 9 class closing in level 3. Pretty meaningful upgrade for Hoodwink in terms of overall damage.
Pure, left alone for the time being, will be tanking the damage just to be able to get that Lotus. As top lane, Whitemon finally reveals himself, the X into the magic missile. Down goes Snake King, but Malrine coming in to take out 9 class in tow, and he still has the pulverize for Toby, and that'll be an easy cleanup for him. Ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of Falcons. Good rotation from Malrine.
Yeah, one of the best heroes in the game.
Oh, and the 7-minute wisdom. They're actually scanning him. Can he get away with this? Pulverize is not up for 13 seconds. But does have the onslaught, of course. Looks like he's just going to back away. In fact, a lot of members here for Tundra just to secure this. And I mean, we've cast multiple games now where the first wisdom rune feels like it ends up, if it gets stolen, it could snowball into just a loss eventually.
Yeah.
Like it just adds up over time.
I think it's the most important thing that can happen more or less in the first 15 minutes of the game is if one team gets 2 of them.
Toby in a lot of trouble, not realize Malrine was still sticking around. That is just way too much damage.
Yeah, he sat there for a full minute, almost, just waiting in the trees.
Thompson showing up though. See the Bushwhack coming out from 9 class. Malrine in a lot of trouble, no pulverize for 5, so it ends up being a very valuable trade for Tundra.
Tundra with a bit of a different strategy, not going for the XD, but the tip. We'll see how this meta develops throughout the series. Amar's cracked level 6 down bottom. This is usually when the carries don't really want to lane anymore against Timber. There's kind of no carry in Dota that truly enjoys laning into this hero once he hits 6, and Pure is already left. He said, whatever, I'm going mid, and then he's probably going to also be playing around the jungle. Find his farm. With the 2 points and glaives, should be okay.
Yep, a good amount of stacks there. Snake King getting chased by Whitemon with that haste rune. Magic missile And it looks like it should be a kill.
Nice and easy.
Now Skeeter being shown under his tier 1 tower. X-Torrent, Topson, Whitemon, and 9 class all converging to kill off this gyrocopter, and they do so. So Tundra finding some good momentum. And maybe they can take this tier 1 tower, although it is quite healthy at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's important for Tundra to bring Toby into the game. So using their strongest hero in the sniper to make this rotation is a good way to do that. Toby's now going to be level 5, still trailing the gyro by a large margin. He has 21 CS only, but also was kind of drafted into an atrocious matchup. So
yeah.
Ancients now will be scouted. This is a big moment for Tundra. They need to protect these.
Well, you can see that some XP is being stolen here. I can see that it is being taken, and they do take them out eventually, but now we have the disruption into the trample onslaught, and Pure is going to get swapped, and it's going to be super fine. Malrine and company might not be so. He gets the pulverize, actually connecting onto 4 heroes, essentially, but now Malrine has to run away. Skeeter coming out with the call down. That's the death of Whitemon, and it looks like Falcons will be able to retreat. I mean, they leached a lot of experience there. They didn't get any of the actual gold.
I think Falcons also missed a little bit of a beat there. I think they could have killed the Luna, but the overlap between Disruption and the Onslaught was a little bit off. Malrine now going to die for this wave.
Absolutely punished.
All right, there's the upgraded meta with the 2 sad smileys.
Yeah, that's the double chin, I think. Yep. Well, if you want to look at it that way.
Primal Beast is a chunker, so.
Topson gets a nice regen rune, and I'm guessing we're going to be seeing a similar build to other snipers. Would you like to see anything specific on the sniper for this type of matchup?
No, I think just standard, you know, higher. I don't think this. So the XM thing with going for the Ags Conda that he made trendy for a bit seems like it's not as popular right now. I think Topson just going strong right-click damage is the way to go. Also further amplified by playing together with Luna. And you need to cover your bases because I don't think your offlane hero in this game is going to do very much damage, right? He's going to bring the utility from the offlane Kunkka, but Toby's game is so weak that I think if Sniper also goes for a semi-util route or whatever, they're going to be struggling to kill these beefy boys on the front line for Falcons. So just build up your Sniper.
You consider Conda to be semi-utility?
I think the Ags is a little bit of a...
Okay.
The way XM was using it was a lot to assassinate, literally, but to like set up ganks as well. It's less consistent damage and more burst, and I think consistent damage is what Tundra will need here.
Gotcha. Yeah, Topson looks like he's going to get a free tier 1 tower here in the mid lane. Yep. And he is top net worth on his team right now.
Top in the game is Amar, who's just quietly playing 1v0 for the last 5 minutes on Timber. This often happens, so not out of the ordinary. 126 CS on him. Just been able to farm every wave bottom as well as jungle. That is obviously going to make for this kind of a scoreline. So he's got the Kaya, he's working on an Eternal Shroud. Obviously, when you're playing against this much magic damage on the side of Tundra, that's going to be an incredibly valuable item for Timber. You got Luna, you got Kunkka, you got the Venge. Hoodwink, also a lot of magic damage. Even the Shrapnel.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
And I just realized something that Amar does. It didn't click until now. He looks for high fives when he thinks they may have vision, even if they didn't, which they did not. But just in case they see me, they'll think that we know that they know. That's actually kind of next level thinking. As Whitemon's going to get caught here by Malrine. Pulverized. Should be the death of the Venge. Moonlight Shadow was used as well. Topson using the cover of the trees here to TP to safety.
This is still looking very healthy for Falcons, just step by step developing their lead. The vast majority of this, actually the entire net worth lead is the offlaners.
This is a really important kill. They don't have the Pulverize quite yet, but the call down is there. TP's coming en masse. Is it enough to save Pure? No, just barely dies. Now you can see Tundra needing to get something out of this. They bring back Malrine, still really tanky thanks to the Uproar, but too tanky for them to do anything. So a free kill on Luna, essentially, for Falcons.
Yeah, and they can allocate resources to start hunting the big heroes for sure. They can just keep going for the Luna and the Sniper. These two heroes very vulnerable. They don't have much to protect themselves, so really rely on the supports to cover. And Falcons will poke and prod wherever they can. They know Skitter is having a good game and just farming up. A Storm, of course, so is Amar, as we've already covered. And they should also have the read that Toby's game is this bad that I don't think it's a problem for them to just give him a little bit of comeback space. I don't think you need to keep shutting him down over and over and over again. I think that job is already done. So keep on focusing on the game-winning heroes that Tundra are trying to reach that state with. Luna kill. Arguably the biggest kill of the game here. This hero really wants to get ahead and stay ahead, and not the case so far.
Yeah, it feels like every Luna game that we've cast, at least, it's been Luna on top, and a lot of times it's just them with a huge separation.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But of course, Pure definitely has the ability to come back into this game. It's a 3K lead for Falcons, nothing insurmountable, but definitely a decent lead at this stage for Falcons.
Yeah, it's definitely meaningful. Also considering we've been focusing on the cores, but look at the support net worths too, right? This is going to translate into one extra key save item, for example, whether it's a Force Staff or a Glimmer against these Radiant heroes or an Aura.
Yep, Amar, he's going to be found by Topson. Magic missiles there. Lots of damage being applied. They have the X now to bring him back. Big kill for Topson and company. That was the top net worth in the game, and now Topson replaces him on that list.
Yeah, finally Amar gets... I feel like he just had this false sense of security. You know, you've played 1v0 for like 7, 8, 9 minutes bottom. You're like, are there even any enemies in the game? That time he went too deep into the jungle, and Tundra were ready to get the punish.
Crit looks like might be take some action here. 9 class and company grouping up to... Yeah, they will find him with the bushwhack into sharpshooter. Topson again with the kill. So a very good start for the sniper. Has the Shadow Blade and Dragon Lance right now.
Something we didn't talk about, both these teams, I would say, the two best teams of the tournament at running the Hoodwink, right? And now they're playing it against each other. So,
yeah, that's true.
Curious to see if Falcons have some sort of a plan, since they are exceptionally good with this on crit as well. If there's a, if that was a part of the mindset, maybe also behind picking the Primal Beast. Obviously, if he gets on top of Hoodwink, you're in big trouble. Trample constantly breaks trees around you, so it can be very difficult to land the Hoodwink combo to protect yourself. Might have been a part of the logic behind the pick. We haven't really seen that interaction too much just yet. Falcons. Snaking's going to spot out 9 class. Lots of pings going out.
Yeah, dust is used just in case, but nothing is found. Although we can see Shadow was activated, and now Tundra run right into Malrine, who onslaughts in, but the entirety of their team is here. The Eclipse solely on the Primal Beast. It's likely to be the death of him very shortly, but a disruption save at the last moment, and they've already taken Topson out of the fight. Pulverize to follow, and the swap comes into play. Malrine's somehow still alive in this fight, as now the rest of Tundra on the retreat. And Whitemon looking for the snipe on Malrine, but it's not to be, and instead he will likely be chased down instead. He'll get a courier kill, and I think that's all Tundra gets in this fight.
Toby's not out of the woods yet, quite literally. He's stuck in them.
Yeah.
He has no TP, and he cannot fly a courier up here.
Pure being spotted now by Amar. TP in the form of snaking is here. Lots of pure damage applied to Pure. That whirling death destroys him. Still alive though, double leap from Snaking. Acorn Shot's gonna slow them down a bit. And eventually brought down by Amar's Chakram.
Such
Falcons, man, they're on top of it.
Godly whirling death. He dodged the bushwhack as well. So he did the damage to the Luna, but also at that exact moment, the bushwhack was flying in and he blocked it. We're going to see a replay of this fight first. So Malrine, as you said, surviving through all of this. And this is something that I think Tundra is probably the best team in the world at. They're really good at getting information by using heroes for it. So a lot of their strategies, you're going to see either a tanky frontliner mid or a tanky frontliner offlaner that just, when they have the read of where the fight is going to take place, they send in their absolutely tankiest hero, they soak up a ton of spells and damage, and then they disrupt him. And so much just out the window. A little bit of a
Boy.
return kill here at Tundra.
That was like a little mini game there. Try to dodge all that shit. It's Thompson now. Damage Rune looking for maybe a target to go on, but yeah, Falcons extending their lead a bit, ever so slowly. I mean, the good news for Tundra is that wasn't like they lose 2 heroes. It could have been a lot worse. And I'm not sure if they had seen the blade mail of Malrine up to that point.
I think he used it bottom in the previous team fight, and it's very standard, right, on this hero. Not an item we see as much as we used to. I think a lot of people will be happy about that, but there's still a short list of, I want to say, maybe 3 heroes that still frequently buy it, and Primal is at the top of that list. Almost every game this will be picked up, and now Malrine with his 2nd tank item here now. So now we've got the double Shroud on the side of Falcons. Their frontliners are really, really tanky, and Tundra don't have the damage to deal with them just yet, but they do have the damage to deal with.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
The disruption at the last moment. Snake King will live thanks to the mech.
Radiant's top tower.
All of that long-range damage. It actually takes an assassinate after the fact and still alive.
Nice concussive grenade there to halt the advances of the Primal.
Yeah, I was going to say, when did you think he was going to pick that up? And he already has it, so
Yep.
definitely needing that with all this backline jump that Falcons have. But yeah, just being able to do that much damage, if there's no Shadow Demon in the vicinity, that's definitely a kill with this long-range aspect, artillery, if you will, from the Tundra side.
Toby has his Axe. Has gone for a 3-4-2 build, so no maxed out X. Makes for worse catching potential for him for now with these levels, but has the highest amount of damage he can on that Torrent Storm. Oh, gonna miss the sharpshooter.
Oh my, initiation from Amar, not afraid at all. Arrow not going to hit. And Thompson able to rain free from above. No
Dire's
kills to
top
come.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, definitely I mean, having these 2 really tanky frontliners with the likes of Gyro, it's only going to get worse from Tundra's perspective. As you can see, Skeeter has his Aghanim Scepter to go along with the Chrysalis. And just going for some tankiness next with that BKB.
This
It looks like Roche will be free.
Completely free. Tundra are nowhere to be seen. They might know this is going on, but feeling unable to contest. They're still doing a quite good job at playing the map, Tundra are. They're getting good farm across the board. I think the Kunkka now will slowly but steadily start recovering a decent amount. Not that the Ags really helped him with the farming speed, but just the levels and getting that efficiency going around the map now. He's closing in on Malrine, who oftentimes when Falcons do play this mid-primal, he will be lowest net worth among their 3 cores basically the entire game. He's spending a lot of resources making rotations. He's going in first and will die in a lot of fights to set up for Amar as well as Skitter to have very easy working conditions.
Thompson revealing himself to Snake King. Sharpshooter misses. Snake King will leap and mech, and Thompson continuing to chase with the concussive grenade and just immediately TP's out.
The next level play of
They'll never expect this.
Pike into grenade and then insta TP out.
Yeah, bottom lane. Toby caught off guard and absolutely destroyed. No reinforcements for Tundra, and now the tier 2 will take heavy damage. Fortify comes out first.
There is no hero on Tundra that will survive that initiation there. All of them will just be beaten to a pulp, but they will get themselves a little nice shard here for the Venge.
Yeah, that's a pretty good shard, I would say.
It's quite reliable in this game too. Sometimes this can be a little tricky to use, or I mean, it's still the same as using your normal stun, but you don't always get the value of the bounce. But in this case, you're playing against a Gyro who will often be somewhat close to get his flat cannon shots off, and 2 other melee cores that will be in the middle of the fight. So you will get this bouncing stun, I want to say, almost every single time in the fight. Nice pickup for them. Skitter will get the tier 2 tower. First of the game.
The drums are popped. Acorn shot will connect onto Crit for the slow, but here comes Amar popping the Veil. Boat is coming. Not really to any effect. Even the Torrent Storm used. As Crit taking some more artillery damage. No kills to come as Pure will be spotted in the top lane against the likes of Snake King. And he has his BKB now, so definitely able to fight if needed. And the fact that the net worth is so close, despite it feels like Falcons are getting a lot of the better trades, but the farm around the map, Tundra, are definitely keeping up.
There's a lot of efficiency coming out from the Luna. I think what Tundra are doing a really good job at is buying information for Pure to feel safe with farming maybe a little more aggressively than he usually could.
Let's get started.
And making sure, and it's obviously coming at the expense of Toby sometimes, and this is what the panel talked about, the way this team operates. They probably have one of the poorest offlaners on average in terms of net worth in the games, but the value is going elsewhere. You can see the top two, just now Amar just barely overtaking the Sniper again, but the Luna and Sniper looking very healthy at the expense of the Kunkka. And this is one of the better heroes to not have that much net worth on, because so much of what you do is just spells, right? As long as you get your Torrent Storm off, as long as you get your boat off, it doesn't really matter whether you have 7k net worth or 12,000, like as long as the spells land,
yeah,
and you've done your job. And usually that extra 4k net worth would be going into a BKB to ensure that you get the spells off, of course, and that's what he's working on right now.
I'm really interested in this Topson build. Of course, always has very unique takes. I might have to hold your horses here, or my horses in this case.
Or is it your horse?
He did go for the casual Shadow Blade that we've been seeing quite a bit of. I figured it would be an eventual Silver Edge, but doesn't really upgrade as nicely for the likes of Sniper into the late game, but they already have a break with the Sharpshooter for the Timber and Primal, which are two kind of interesting heroes to break because you want to do it before they gain stacks, so it's all timing dependent. But I wonder if this will eventually be a Silver Edge, but looks like it'll be the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, was not expecting that, but he is already committed with the point booster purchase, so I guess it's going to be Kanda after that. When you are going Ags, is there any way around it? Probably not.
And perhaps it was to align with, well, maybe he's going to get it faster, though, because there's going to be another Kanda for Pure. Yeah, he's getting that very soon, actually.
They do like their Kandas, so it's not too surprising. But like I was saying earlier, I wonder if this is going to backfire in terms of just, do you have enough damage when you take this approach versus having some really significant right click? Because you are paying a lot for this, right? Ags plus Kanda costs about 10,000 gold, and you could quickly figure out that you could have got a Daedalus plus a Butter for that, for example, almost, or, you know, something to that effect. But
no.
Maybe he feels like he won't be able to reliably stand his ground and just keep delivering like that.
Oh, Pure.
Yep, they'll find him.
Rain, reinforcements. He's going to pop the BKB. Pulverize still effectively works there, but now he can TP in safety.
Bit of a misplay from Malrine, just holding that Pulverize for like 0.1 too long. If Pure doesn't get BKB off there, they're going to Pulverize into Arrow, and with Amar around, I actually think that would have been a kill, so probably Falcons' biggest mistake of the game there, not landing that combination perfectly. And it's tricky, because you really have to be a little bit greedy with your spells. You can't just instantly Pulverize after the onslaught. You need to get all that min-maxing out of your damage in between.
Yeah.
That waited a little bit too long.
No. On the other side of the coin, it was his first charge of BKB, so lowering that is valuable in and of itself.
For sure.
And Shiva's now there for Mr. Amar, and there's actually an Ags for crit, so he's going to have that Demonic Purge.
×2.
That's right. Are there any valuable breaks this game for them? Lunar Blessing?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think it's mainly just about being able to keep heroes in place so that the Gyro gets to attack and so that Amar can stay on them. You're right, this isn't the best Ags game ever, but I think if you just purge the Luna twice back-to-back, for example, you will not get to
I wonder,
play the fight.
Can you purge off the damage mitigation that comes from Venge Swap? Do you know?
The barrier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's dispellable.
That's pretty good then, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not amazing, but it's something.
But I believe the Moonglave's active is completely undispellable, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Because that would have been crazy if you could demonic purge that.
Yeah, let me just delete your hero real quick. Easy.
Yeah, imagine becoming top tier meta carry because of your shard as carry.
That's right.
Not very common. But here we are.
Falcons lead. I mean, there hasn't been that much action in the last couple minutes, but Falcons
look
have
at that.
increased their lead.
Double wisdom.
Wow,
He's going to get the experience. Amar will
course.
just get a nice, easy level 20.
That is really a rare sight to see at the 28-minute mark.
I don't think I've seen it this tournament.
Like sometimes, like when it gets really late game, sure, you forget about it or something. I don't know, but yeah, he is level 20 now.
And Crit will get the shard. So this is a 2-charge demonic cleanse as well.
The hunt is on. Peter gets torrented and destroyed. My goodness. Tundra from the shadows using that ward to get the carry off the tables here for Falcons for the time being. And what can they do with this time? I mean, we won't know about Roche for another few seconds. So that would be, I mean, if it was an early spawn.
Yeah,
that
they could actually get it up top if they were lucky, but
middle tower is under attack.
odds not favoring them, and they will indeed not be able to get it. So,
and we get a long-range assassinate onto Crit. And we know he's under vision.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Thompson making his way over to the other side, and the Bushwhack will set up yet another kill.
Going for the finishing blow with the concussive grenade for style points.
Yep, that's right. So it has his Aghanim Scepter, so the assassinate will stun for longer, and will be able to cast a lot faster.
Now the Kanda's on the way, and that's when the build truly comes online.
That's right. So the Shadow Blade is just to get away from these backline jumpers and
it's multi-purpose, right? Yeah, exactly. It's one thing for escape, but I also think they've been using it aggressively, right? He's using it to get information and set up ganks.
Yeah.
Which is very Thompson-esque.
Well, another kill will come the way of this ward, and I think Snake King and company are very sure where the ward is. But yeah, getting 2 kills off the top of that is pretty
very
damn
nice.
good.
And a tier 2, so don't think Falcons will be, unless maybe. This is a matter of whether Tundra call. Yeah, okay. There was a potential play there, but Falcons are showing heroes on the map. I think if all the heroes were off map here, if Malrine wasn't showing on the mid wave, perhaps they could have thought there was going to be a smoke coming into a potential Mirana buyback for a surprise fight, but not the case. So it's going to let things stabilize. Roshan is next on the menu for both teams, and it's now daytime, so usually this will be good news for Radiant as they have the outpost advantage, but Falcons well aware how important this is. They will already have set up shop here. Now what's for sale in this shot? Good question.
It's a good question. Oh, a shield rune available for Malrine.
Yeah.
That is going to be a tanky boy.
Tough one to crack.
Making their way over. You can see the wards are set up ahead of time. And Malrine with the jump, the pulverize to start. Pure destroyed in the blink of an eye. And no way Tundra can fight now. They attempt the retreat. As Amar going in very deep. Actually, the buyback on the Pure trying to turn this around. They X-mark Amar, but look at how much HP he has. They're tickling him.
Oh boy, that's like... That's not the buyback, I think. You also saw the camera of Pure right after buying back. He did not look like he would have done that once more over if he had the chance again.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, because he didn't even get BKB off, so he can still fight, but just not able to find the right opportunity here.
They understand how important this Roche is, so they do want to try to protect it, but the buyback didn't lead to any sort of surprise, good fight going their way where he TPs onto the outpost and gets a flank or whatever. Falcons just stand strong there, and
man, look at that! All that damage, and the shield rune still has some extra barrier on it.
Radiant are
when you see a primal beast with shield rune, it's like, let's not even fight. It's like having a double damage on like a PA or something, you know?
Yeah, it's
like you just
crazy.
Ignore them, I guess. So Roche number 2 will go the way of Falcons. And of course, that is the coveted Roshan's banner. 9 class actually showing himself, but the Bushwhack misses. Amar wants to go in deep, gets off the Shivas after the Timber Chain. Lucent Beam will keep him at bay as Pure giving away his position now. Falcons obviously ready to fight. Thompson with the retreat tactics. They get the Torrent onto the Gyrocopter. They're going to be Assassinate off as well. The boat is coming in. Doing a lot of damage to Malrine. No more shield room for you. The Eclipse coming out along with the Torrent Storm. Is he actually going to live? No. Finally enough damage to be able to take down the Beast. So 2 dead for Falcons. All they've taken is the Vengeful Spirit, and Pure has to BKB TP. If he gets out, that is not too bad at all. They don't get the Aegis, but getting a core kill at this stage of the game without giving up too much, pretty damn valuable. Thompson is TPing out.
Yeah, and if Pure would have died there, they would have lost a lane or two, right? Because that would have been a dieback 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
That respawn time would have been massive. But yeah, they do get out on the side of Tundra, and will now progress towards Pure's ultimate Scotty here, coming out very soon. I think it's another 1,500. Okay.
Yeah.
That was close for 9th class.
It's about as close as it gets.
Now, the bad news for Tundra is, despite this fight going okay, when Malrine gets the BKB, I don't think they can kill him like this anymore. I feel like that BKB you have to kite and outlast. I don't know if they have the damage that it takes. For Luna to go and deal single target damage to Primal, she has to come in so close that she's going to be in pulverize range. And I guess you can interrupt it with the swap, so if Whitemon is clutch and you have the right positioning, maybe it can work, but you've got to be really careful about not getting overwhelmed during this this Primal. We have seen the Luna just disappear almost in the blink of an eye when they get the free jump, and you have to always navigate the 2 demonic purges when you go in, so definitely some really key decision making to be coming up for Pure. And Malrine will now be finishing this in the jungle, so getting this double stack of Ancients as well as Big Camp will complete it.
Now the BKB for Malrine, so these pulverizes will be very hard to stop. It's basically just Venge swap. I guess Assassinate, does that go through still?
Good question.
I don't know how it works.
Maybe they can use that too. Yeah,
It says it
think
does not
right.
pierce magic immunity, but I'm not sure about the Ags if that changes it at all. Toby gonna be found by Snake King, uses the boat.
Wants to steal the wisdom here.
Yep, he's gonna attempt it. 2 more seconds. Popping the BKB, it's just TPing first. So won't be able to find it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Whitemon and Pure find themselves in a bit of trouble, although Thompson is here as well. Peter and Amar wanting to go in deep again. Whitemon is who they have the sights targeted on. Another beautiful bushwhack, but Whitemon ends up getting bursted. Still with that Aegis from Skeeter, they're not too afraid of getting ultra aggressive right now.
Yeah, this should open up the mid tower. They want to put their Aegis to use, and this is the perfect timing to have a Daedalus deliver. They might just try to go high ground.
Yeah.
Without the swap, you don't have this ability to put Gyro in a very compromised position when he's going to siege, so knowing Falcons shouldn't be hesitating at all about this. I guess they should maybe have Malrine connect first, but all right, Amar is just...
Yeah, he's going to get Tidal Wave back, but that makes the Sharpshooter miss, so he's not be able to get the break. And he has the Aghanim Scepter now. Boom, boom time for Amar. Will be ignored for the time being. Nice Torrent connecting onto Skeeter. He has that Satanic ready to go. Disruption saves him for the time being. Of course, he still has the Aegis, so wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to lose your life here. So now just wants to heal up, not wanting to waste this extra minute and change on the Aegis timer.
Yeah, not having Malrine there from the beginning definitely helping Tundra defend. He was showing on the bottom wave, so they were confident going for this, just pressuring them out. And they will be successful in defending their base. See the Lunar Blessing damage talent here being taken for Pure. So no Eclipse mini stun, generally very unreliable unless you have Ags, so it's quite far away. Something to look forward to on level 30, which we will inevitably get to in this game since you're casting only 60 minutes.
Don't jinx it. That's what I live for.
And now Amar going to start working on the Wind Waker. This is going to be an insane item against this Radiant lineup. There's so much combination play that Tundra wants to set up with their swaps, with their Torrent Storm into Luna just running straight into the fight and just bursting someone. If Amar can just reliably save someone, having Wind Waker on... Oh wait, did he actually change his mind? Oh, I really liked it. Oh, okay.
Well, he doesn't think he doesn't think he can die.
Yes. No, I specifically liked it for his team, actually.
Oh, using it for... Okay.
Yeah, because I think when you are as tanky as his Timber is in this game, it allows you to play in the front lines and then saving secondary targets that get gone on with that. But either way, looks to be taking a more aggressive route.
Yeah, Octarine, and then, I mean, you still have room to grow. You can eat your Ags and then go for the Wind Waker, since according to you, we are going to 60 minutes this time around.
Is under attack.
I think Tundra would love that.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Oh yeah,
Ultra late game Sniper Luna is
Dire
Yep,
are
that's
scattered.
very
30.
powerful, and never underestimate Venge in
Dyer's
ultra late game
bottom tower
situations
is
as well.
under
Having
Yeah, true.
a support that has minus armor and damage reduction plus a damage aura and the swap level 3 is one of the best late game support spells in all of
Dyer's bottom
Dota.
tower is under attack.
Definitely a lot to be done.
You can see that Ags is being built by the Venge, which still a ways away, but obviously one of the stronger Ags for a support in the game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dyer's bottom
Tundra
tower
teaming
is
up
under
here.
attack.
Octarine is officially finished for Amar. Moonlight Shadow. Shiva's being popped, but nothing being found here for Falcons. As Tundra all together.
Basically, by process of elimination here, Falcons kind of knew where they had to be, right? Because there was nobody farming bottom. Their mid wave was across the river, and Tundra were nowhere to be seen. So they had the right read, but they arrived 5 seconds too late with that Moonlight, or they could have maybe found themselves a big
Is
kill.
under attack.
Now Tundra going to fortify this area.
Very tense.
It seems a bit tricky for both teams to find an initiation angle that they're happy with. But I think overall this game stage should be good for Falcons. It just feels like they control the map a bit more, should be getting more gold per minute.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be enough to go high ground, that's the question.
Yeah, once you try to go high ground, then it might just be even. Or
Yeah.
maybe even Tundra with the advantage, despite the net worth deficit. So finding a pickoff before they go high ground, or just extending this lead slowly. But, I mean, 8K, 40 minutes in. It hasn't really gone up too much, so you got to give credit to Tundra for staying in this game, despite not really having much map control throughout the majority of it. And inevitably, it will come down again to Mr. Roche. We'll know in 20 when that spawn will come to be. Arcane Rune, so lots of good choices here for Falcons. Likely, I mean, Amar would really want to get this one. Thompson. He's the one that wants it instead. Disruption to prevent him from getting it. Onslaught in. Thompson actually uses the grenade to get to the other side. Looks like the ult from Mallory was canceled, but Thompson, he's going to get swapped. He's still taking too much damage, though. He is dead all over an Arcane Rune that nobody ends up getting other than crit. And now the run is Pure. Going to be isolated completely here. So Falcons getting what they wanted to force Tundra out of their base. And to separate them a bit all over the Arcane Rune as Crit going to take full use of it. Another disruption. And the TP might be successful though for 9 class. And indeed he will survive, but now it's a 2 versus 5. We'll see how much damage Falcons can do. Lanes are pushed up, fortification activated.
I'm actually really surprised Thompson went for that Arcane. Like, risk-reward-wise, you don't see the entire enemy team. It's been a very tense stalemate for so long.
Yeah, I thought they would export or something.
Yeah, at least set some sort of protection up, because, again, what's the reward? You're risking the entire game for an Arcane. If you get caught and die, you know for yourself you don't have buyback. And yeah, it's nice to get Arcane on Sniper, but the entire enemy team missing, it's easy to say for us with our vision, but that was easily the costliest mistake of the game.
At one lane for Falcons, now in a 4 versus 5. Whereas Tundra have the opportunity to make it even, but we'll see if Falcons wants to act. Oh, nice torrent onto 2, but it's the 2 tankiest targets, so still not wanting to go in any further. As Amar basically with full stacks now, as Skeeter blinking in to try to finish the melee for this second lane. Malrine with an onslaught, just to make sure that that button still works, and the second lane now secured for Falcons, and the Moonlight Shadow comes to be, and still Pure holding on to the buyback.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
So Falcons now with a huge lead. As all right, not safe for work.
There's different interpretations of that gesture.
Invisibility.
Pretty much. As the Ags now
Pick your
online
own.
for Malrine. So extra damage and ability to break again.
For the first time this game, at least that I can remember, Skitter might be overtaking Pure for that carry diff. Gonna be down to 0. Pure probably not making the best case for that being how they're going to win the series against Falcons. In this one, the carry difference feels like Skitter has had his number this game, and just overall the team as a whole have been avoiding as many crucial mistakes as there's been on Tundra. A couple of the deaths on Pure have been really expensive. And now it feels like we're approaching some sort of last stand situation.
Yeah.
Where Tundra's next fight, if this one doesn't work out, it's just flat out over. Not enough buybacks in the tank.
Scan into the Rosh pit. Nothing found.
Dire's middle tower is under
Rosh
attack.
is up. And this will officially be considered a Rosh off. The 43-minute mark. And Tundra have to find something here. Of course, their bottom and mid lane gone, so those creeps will inevitably just push in, so Falcons can kind of just chill. For a second, I thought that was the Roshan banner. I was going to be really upset.
Amar casually walking around with 5,200 health.
Yep, no big deal. Roshan will roar.
You can't give this up.
No, absolutely not.
You just have to go for this. And Falcons know that they can't give it up, so they will be moving
broken.
in.
And there's the jump in from Malrine, trying to focus everything onto Whitemon, but the Lotus is going to cancel his ult entirely. Toby gets off the boat, not really hitting much, and the Torrent Storm doing a decent amount, but looks like Tundra on the retreat. They lose their Venge, and Thompson trying to delete crit on the sideline. He's going to get Demonic Purge, but really the story is Pure, completely isolated, not able to do much at all. And Tundra get decimated here, a 1 for 4, and it's going to be a full team wipe. And that might do it, honestly, as Falcons can now take Rosh unimpeded. They can just go down the lane. They're still a tier 2 top, so they can't officially go for megas. They can just go down and go for the win.
Straight push down mid, see how many buybacks they can force, and then if they don't like the situation, they can back off and still prepare for the top Roach. Let's see what the play call is. Amar will just be easily challenging Thompson here. Isn't going to give a crap. I think even any 2 heroes on the Radiant side, any 3 maybe, can't even kill Amar.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
3v1. So very, very free to do whatever he wants.
Falcons playing a bit more disciplined than we're used to. Amar is the only one that was in their base there.
I thought they were going to value forcing buybacks over getting this Aegis, but I mean, either is obviously great. This is a huge advantage heading into the next fight. Can't help but think that if they would have pushed into mid first, they might have been able to force out 1 or 2 key buybacks, but maybe unable to disengage then.
Is this going to be a Snake King Ags? Doesn't everybody else have Ags at this point?
Yep.
Oh, I think Skeeter actually... Wait, for a second, he dropped his Ags. Or did he just sell it?
No, he still has it.
Okay, Snake King ended up consuming it. All right. Yeah. So the old Sacred Arrow Starstorm, very exciting.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Missed the old days where it was just a passive Starstorm.
Yeah.
That was very good. This one, slightly underwhelming, but they'll take whatever they can get. 40k lead, basically, for Falcons. Tier 2 to come as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
As Skeeter, I'm not even sure how much more room there is to grow. The Aegis will be replaced by something. As Tormentor, oh, Snake King getting all the goodies now. That's over 5k injection for him now. He is, he's on par with Thompson. That's actually kind of absurd.
Yeah, getting, how much net worth did he just get for free?
So,
like 7k?
So Ag Synth is 6, right? Plus 1400, so it should be 74, I would assume.
Yeah. Must be nice.
So Aegis, Cheese, and now the Wind Waker comes for Amar, and that means somebody else is going to have to... Oh, wait, I thought that was going to replace something. Looks like he's sticking with the gem as his 6th item. That Shadow Blade will not be a thing for Thompson. Of course, he can't even leave his base, though, so... It's Falcons getting ready to try and finish this game number 1 here in the lower bracket. ESL One Birmingham. Malrine looking for an opening potentially to blink and pulverize. They're spotted. It's on Thompson first. It is canceled immediately, but they delete the Vengeful Spirit right off the bat. And now Thompson getting destroyed right outside his fountain. He's dead. Double kill for Skeeter already. Torchstorm actually doing a decent amount, but it's just, there's no damage at all. Look at the HP pool of everyone on Falcons. They can just sit here seemingly perpetually. The buyback came for the Ven, just pure in 9 class, just taking massive amounts of damage from these chakrams.
MR can zone 3 heroes himself.
Yes, Malrine will force out the BKB for Toby. Now they can try to go for these mega creeps and likely the game as, okay, some damage finally being applied to Amar. Will it be nearly enough? He's gonna pop the Aghanim Scepter, the swap to save Pure, and Toby's gonna end up dropping as a result. We'll buy back. And now Malrine still zoning along with Amar. The two tanky boys just can't get through this beef as the mega creeps come. Skeeter and company can just focus on the buildings. I mean, this is 2 raid bosses on the same team. Okay, it's getting actually pretty close to killing off Primal Beast. Malrine gonna find the distance with the uproar. Now Skeeter coming in with the BKB, destroying Pure, deleting Toby, and that's gonna be GG for game number 1. Falcons. It was really close up until that one mistake over the